Hello, I am Jameela Jamil, the mistress of misery, and I am joined by my favorite tenderloins, of whom I am the tandoori tenderloin, make no mistake. I am here to kick off season 2 of the Misery Index, which starts tonight from 10:30 at 10:30, 9:30 Central Time on TBS. Sal, Joe, Q, and Mer, make yourselves known.
We're here.
Yay!
Yes.
Hi, everybody. What's going on? All right, let's start judging everybody's houses. Let's judge everybody's homes.
Oh, okay. Okay. First of all, can we just discuss Sal's haircut? What the fuck happened? Your wife doesn't cut your hair?
It's not a haircut so much as it's not a haircut.
It's a very 90s boy band. Like,
You know, you
what
look
does it
like
look
the
like when
Orange
you bring it
Monster.
forward?
No, nobody does that. Don't do that to me.
Sal, you look like Gossamer, the Orange Monster from Bugs Bunny when he's doing his nails.
Sometimes I could get it like this guy, but then like I had to do it from the get-go. Although I'm working on bangs like yours.
Yeah. I feel your pain, my friends. It's just out of control.
Wait, Jameela, right before we signed on, you tell me what happened to my hair. Right before we signed on, I realized we're all in loungewear, and you are in
My loungewear.
a little sequins number, which is like how does that happen? Just in the house, fabulous.
Yeah, I'm like I wanted
She's
to make
ridiculous.
an effort for you guys.
She's so ridiculous.
Where'd Joe go?
I needed an excuse to get
There
dressed
you
up,
go.
all right? Even if it is for you fucking idiots.
I know. I feel you, Jameela. I feel you.
This is the first time I bathed in 2 months. I'm so excited that I'm finally clean.
Jameela, I want to thank you for getting me through this because I have been just hanging out with you. I've been talking to you. I have dinner with you. This is it.
She even dresses up in Q's house.
This is my quarantine pal right here. That's it.
That's
And
it.
he also has a life. He also has a life like Murr there in the back. That skeleton's got the same hairline.
But speaking of
You can see
Sal,
old Joe's family in the background there.
Yes.
Oh.
My mom came to hang out at Q's house. That's great.
Sal, what is that painting behind you?
It's an oil painting. It's an actual painting that is it's the Sal with the pearl earring.
Oh my God.
This is a lot of people don't know that painting was based on me. No, we had the ad campaign. I think we did in like season 5. They put all of our images in old like famous paintings, and then as a gesture, they gave us an actual paintings on them. So in
season 1, we actually, our first Comic-Con, they did all this, like they did a fake museum. And if you remember, they did a Mona Lisa with me. Right in the front. That was before the ad campaign. This is our first one. And when we walked in, when they were wrapping up to ship everything back, there was an intern from True TV like packing stuff up. And I'm like, I was like, where's that going? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, do you know where it's going? I'm like, yeah. And I gave him my home address and he shipped it to my house. And I swear it's a true story. About a month and a half later, I get a call from Simmy, can't stand you bits. Simmy calls me and he's like, hey, do you have the Jonah Lisa? And I sent back a picture of it hanging over my mantelpiece in my home.
This was for comedic effect. I don't hang it every day. This was to help along.
Really, I love it.
I stole a whole whack-a-mole machine.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that, Q.
Yeah,
that's right. That was from the museum in Staten Island, wasn't it?
That was. This was originally in San Diego as well. And then
that's right. That was for Comic-Con too. We clean up at Comic-Con.
We do. We got all this stuff.
Wait,
Is
so
this
Joe,
the
you got
longest-
Joe and Lisa. Q has the Bob mold. Sal, you had the pinball machine, the Joker's pinball machine.
Yeah, it got crushed, and then Brad from VP Cabinets was nice enough to make me another one.
I have one of those too, Mark.
Well, I have the Joker's motorcycle, which
we all have that.
Yeah.
I don't mean to change the subject, but since I have Jameela on the line, because I have yet to Zoom with you, Jameela. Like I've yet to see you. Like, so I'd like to bring up like just an incident where I texted you a couple times to no return text. Now that I have
Ghosted?
yeah, because we have a captive audience. And now I was looking up to find that picture of you, and I saw an old text with Jameela of a video that I sent her that went unanswered. And I thought,
I haven't seen it.
Wait, I thought the efforts of making this video, I was like, oh, she's gonna text me right back when I sent it. I'll tell you when I sent it. Friday, February 28th.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Hold on, I'm gonna play this for you because it has a little thematically connected to what just happened here. Can you guys like kind of see that or no? Is that bad? Not really. Fudge. How's that?
That's a little better. Yeah.
I mean, how do you not respond to that? February 28th.
I didn't see it. Sal, I blocked your number so long ago. I didn't see it. I'm so sorry.
I'll tell you why you're full of shit, because we've texted 100 times since then.
I didn't see it. Sorry.
I was texting with Jameela, and she stopped answering halfway through the conversation. I continued like 3 or 4 times, and there was
Is this
no
an
more
intervention?
Jameela, friend is what we're saying, Jameela.
I faxed you 6-7 times.
No. Wait, what, should we explain why all of us? Should we explain why all of us have life size? We look like stalkers. Why we have these cutouts?
No. Watch this season of Misery Index.
The answer's on the business. But I'll tell you what, it's in my basement with me now. The cutout you. It was upstairs with me for months, and I would walk into a room and forget. And I was like, oh, and like a person appeared in my house that I didn't expect that, and it scared me. That happened about 6 to 7 times before I was like, I got to put her in the basement.
Yeah. People are going to have to watch season 2 to understand that none of you are creeps and that there's a good reason why all of you own a life size. Although none of you had to take it home. I will just say I was not part of it.
No, we did, because you were the last one to leave that day from set. And you would have seen if any of us left in our dressing rooms.
Good. I did check before I left. I would like now, in response, a group shot of all of you in my house, so I can have that behind me.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's fair. I'm not saying it has to be nude. I'm just saying I would like something that is all of you together.
You know what you just asked for, Jameela. You can't ask us to do that because you know you're gonna get a billboard delivered to your house. Billboard size cutout of the 4 of us. They're gonna have to put outside.
Yeah, I can't wait. I will own that. I will commit 100%. I loved filming this season with you so much. It was so much fun. I think it was one of my favorite things. And also, like, this time we knew each other. Last time I was entering into like a 2-decade-long friendship. And now it feels like we're part of a family, even though I don't text you guys back ever. I'm very busy.
We get it.
It did. It felt like our show this year, right? Like it felt like it's our show. Yeah, it was. We had that same feeling. Yeah.
It's funny that Jameela mentioned she's so busy because we have 3 TV shows and we find the time to text you. So how many do you have that you're?
Listen, man, I'm sorry.
Like 100.
We're all under quarantine. You have no excuse. You're sitting home in your bed.
I'll just show myself out. It's fine. I'm shit at my phone. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm
I should be good at it, but I'm not.
I'm just breaking your shoes. I forgot that I sent that until I was looking back through an old text, and I was like, "How the hell?" And I will say, full disclosure, I had to throw you away.
You threw me away?
Yeah, because
I didn't text you back.
I'm in a small apartment, so like I'm in an apartment, so I don't have a lot of room. So you were just in my laundry room. So every time anyone opened it, they would get freaked out. That was for like a couple of months, and then I just like. It was a weird feeling to break you in half.
You did it yourself?
No, I had the help do it.
I did. I did something fun with you, Jameela. I have an apartment in the city, and before I left for quarantine, I haven't been there in like 3 months because I'm not going to Manhattan. I'm in my house. I put it in the window of the high-rise apartment building, so you're staring into the city from the window. So when people look up to the window, they just see you. Like I did it as a joke. I was like, "Oh, this is going to be hysterical," but I didn't realize we're going to be out of the apartment for 3 months. So for 3 months, you've just been staring.
This is why I'm getting so many weird tweets.
Yeah.
I'm having to land you because I'm plugging you in for my battery, and now I'm literally sitting on my bed. This is my plush background.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can you imagine if you're a Good Place fan, right? Like all of us are, and you look out your window in downtown Manhattan, and you see Jameela Jamil looking back at you. You're gonna lose your mind.
Oh my God.
You're like Batman watching over the city. It's cool.
That's it. That's right.
So we have first of all, before we go on, I want to ask you what your favorite moment of this season was.
Okay. Oh, man. I mean,
for me, it was the perfect game. This season, we have one perfect game out of 20 episodes. One where they got every question right. And did they get the extra bonus question right?
They got everything. Everything.
So it's the highest possible monetary score you can get.
did that only happen once?
Once.
I thought it was
twice.
I think it was twice as well.
Once they hit it all, like including the double point, right?
We don't want to give any spoilers, but I mean, in the season finale, I die. So.
Yeah.
This is a hologram.
And
that almost died. That was on collective.
Almost died on set one day. Remember this?
When you guys gave me the gift of shellfish.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Remember that? So here's the thing. So I don't even know if we're going to show this part, but there's a special Christmas episode, and we gave gifts during it, and we decided to give. We thought it'd be funny if we gave Jameela a tray, like a seafood tower, and that she had to eat it for the whole episode. And we wheeled it out and put it right on your podium, and then we realized you're even airborne. You're airborne allergic to shellfish, and your throat started to close up in the middle of the show. They had to give me some like quick anti-allergy stuff, and I was like drunk for the rest of the day.
Yeah. You're a trooper because you're like closing up, and you're like, no, let's keep going. And everybody's like, Jameela, maybe we should stop while you have a deathly allergic feeling here. And she's like,
I'm 100 on the misery index though, almost dying on live TV. That's 100.
What ratings?
It was my first perfect score. We have go on, what were you gonna say?
Do you not have a pillowcase on that pillow behind you?
No, I don't. Fuck off, you.
Yeah. You see, you can wear all. You can drape. You can drape yourself. You can drape yourself in the finest sequins known to man.
Doesn't matter. You still have no pillow.
You got the Bed Bath & Beyond pillow showing behind you. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm wearing the sequins to distract you from my disgusting house. Okay, this is it. I'm literally trying to polish a turd.
There's also nothing hanging on the walls. Like,
and you really painted those walls. You went for a good paint job. Like, what is going on, man? You need help.
That's why we invite fans to the broadcast. Please.
Listen, okay, just because you have all chosen to show the most acceptable corner of your houses, I know that the rest of this shit looks like a war zone. Trust me.
You're not wrong about that.
I've seen your dressing rooms.
Very true.
At least I'm owning my shithole.
I love your house. Your house is so freaking cool. Are you kidding me?
Thank you. We have a bunch of we have some fan submitted topics that I would like to run past you today if you feel like it.
I do.
Yeah, fantastic.
Good, you don't have a choice. Okay, so Impractical Kate says, I got jumped by the Joker and Hulk in Hollywood. They scammed me and took all my money. I had no money to use the metro or Uber. It was pouring with rain, and I waited hours until a friend could come. Where would you guys put this on the misery index? Well,
she got to meet Marvel superheroes, you said?
She got the Joker and the Hulk.
Well, it's in Hollywood. So that's a drug addict. That's two drug addicts.
Yes. One
dressed as the Joker and one as the Hulk. They scammed her. They took all of her money, and she couldn't get the metro or an Uber home, and she had to wait in the rain for hours until someone
Well,
rescued her. Where is
my
that?
favorite is that she was scammed. She was scammed by them. So what did you think? Did you thought it was like the real Hulk? And he was like, "Look, I can't find my friends. I don't know where the Avengers are. Could you help me out with some camp fare?"
Like,
how do you get scammed by the Hulk?
He's like, Hulk need $5.
Hulk need funds.
How do I know I can trust you? Hulk trust.
Also, these
I mean,
men in their underpants. Like, no one should be giving them any money.
I mean,
I
that
think
sounds
maybe
that
do we
sounds
blame
shitty
her a
to me.
bit? Say again.
I said that sounds shitty to me, but what we've seen on the show this season is, I mean, blows that away. You know what I mean? So I gotta go low for her, like 5.
Me too.
I think she also learned a valuable lesson.
That's right. She can use that for the rest of her life. That's like a 2.
Okay, a 2 on a scale of 1 to 100?
Well, not for me, but for her,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Kate, who is at @by_Kylie, says, I once got my head stuck in a railing at a hotel and was trapped like that for a good half hour before finally help arrived. Security came and they had to get people to help them cut the bars in order to get my head out. What kind of sex was Kylie having?
I've seen a video like that.
That happened to me in the
Why is your
Staten
head
Island
around?
Mall when I was a kid. I put my head between the bars, and this giant head somehow got through, and then I got stuck. They had to come in and bend the bars.
Can I ask you guys something? Q, our heads, right? They're not like cone shaped. How are they getting in and not getting out? I don't understand the phenomenon.
Because the angle to get in, it's like when you get a couch in a door, like you do that turning thing to get it in.
But why don't you just do the same angle out?
Because you're scared, man. There's a spider on this thing. It's like, oh, you start panicking, and it's all thing goes off. I think it's harder to get like the crook of the head out. It's the chin.
We had that on the Misery Index, right? Where a guy went to take a shower and sat on the seat in his shower from IKEA, and his
balls
fell.
That's not your head, Mar. Although you're looking
exactly.
candy alike.
You broke up.
Get his tickets out.
Murray broke up, but the rest of that story is that basically this guy sat on this IKEA seat that has loads of different shaped holes in it. His bollocks or his testicles slipped through those holes, and then because of the heat of the shower, they swelled until they were so big that once he tried to get up and get off, they were stuck through the holes.
Sometimes it's happy accidents.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that whole thing is when Murray froze. He was on talking about the testicles, and he froze like this.
he froze holding them. He was like, "Guys,
am I still holding them?
No, you're good.
Okay, good.
Somebody in the comments wrote in all caps, "Bullocks means testicles." So you just blew someone's mind.
I aim to educate. So Kylie, what are we giving her? Head stuck in a railing for 30 minutes?
That's bad. There's a lot of public. That's a lot of public embarrassment. I would say. That's definitely. I would give it a 20-ish.
I lived it. I'd put it in the 30s because it also hurts because you're trying to get your head out.
Why did you put your head through the railing?
I was a kid. I was like 22 years old. I don't know. No, I was like 10. I was like 10 years old and I got it stuck.
Okay, fair enough. All right. At Impractical Islands 99 says, once at my old job, I went to meet a client who asked me to hold her purse for her. And when I picked it up, it was vibrating. And I looked inside it. It was a vibrator. And when she realized, she got embarrassed and took the bag back. So wait, who are we judging here? I mean, surely, and let's say it's from the point of view of a woman's of the woman with the vibrator who handed someone
the vibrator itself was the vibrator itself was so embarrassed.
Got it. Let's personify the vibrator and do it from the point of the vibrator.
I just love that there's a woman out there that's so horny she has to bring her vibrator around with her. And do they have her number in there? Because that sounds amazing.
I'll tell you. What about the bold choice to investigate the vibrations? He went right into a purse. That's crazy talk.
Really?
Well, shake something.
Vibrating, you don't check it out? I do.
Yeah, it's salad. Shake something, see something. Shake something, see something.
Murray, if I hand you my purse and it's vibrating, don't come knocking.
The slightest vibration, I go investigating.
Yeah.
That's true. I've known Murray a long time, and that's true since I've known him. Slight
Got him
vibration.
in a lot of trouble.
Investigate slight vibration.
But it's also led to a lot of reward too.
So you hand someone your bag, and it has a shaking dildo in it.
Yeah.
what number is that in the misery index? This is someone someone who's about to become your client. You're about to work with this person. This person has a certain expectation of you.
That's like 40s, man. That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
I agree.
That's mortifying. Yeah, that's kind of mortifying. You don't want to really like.
My mother had a family friend, and I was staying at her house, and one day we heard this scream come from upstairs. Now, this woman had been sleeping with a new man, and they decided to get sexually adventurous, and they were using a vibrator. And I shouldn't have started to tell the story, but now I'm going to continue. Joe, I'm so sorry. Joe, I can feel your heart rate accelerate. She was using a vibrator with him and stuck it in from the wrong vibrator end. Now, this is in the 90s when vibrators, similarly to mobile phones, were very, very big and clunky and not very well made. So it got stuck in there, and it was already on. So it was sticking out of him, just sort of going. So we had to take him to hospital, covered in a sheet, and just under the sheet, all you could see was sort of this.
Wow. Do you have her phone number in there by any chance? Because that's
listen. Nothing has been more true today for me than the statement that the 90s was really the Wild West for dildos.
Dildos, yeah, for sure.
Guys, you know how dildos were in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
No, let's not do any more dildo stories. Okay, so Jeanette,
you guys remember car dildos? Like they would be in the car and like you'd be able to use them there. Oh, that was crazy the 90s.
Yeah, listen to me.
When they came out with the flip dildo, it really changed the game.
No, I don't call me old fashioned. I will only use a rotary dildo.
I can't wait for those 5G dildos that are coming next.
You know what? Be great. They have remote control dildos now. Not dildos, vibrators.
Hello, TBS. Yes, we'll change the subject.
Wait, I know. Wait, hold on. They do, and this seems like the perfect time to demonstrate. Myrrh.
Yeah. Oh God.
Guys, I gotta go.
Okay, before I get literally fired, let's keep going. So Jeanette at Nettie's Gar says, I was at a friend's heavy metal band rehearsal, and I think I had a little too much to drink. I leaned on the door, it opened, and I kind of fell down the stairs, and they all stopped playing to come and get me. Ah.
Did you fall on a dildo?
No, I feel like we're giving her a 5. That wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No injury.
You fell down the steps.
She's not remembering the 3 pillars, which are, Joe.
Oh yeah, they're long-term trauma, psychological impact, and you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing the maximum amount of passion to that delivery. I really appreciate it.
Of course. You hurt yourself. How long did it sting? And then, did you remember it? That's it.
We have to say the pillars every day when we film, and they're drilled into our head. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
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 Physical pain.
Physical pain.
Long-term
trauma, and psychological impact.
Okay. Got it.
We all have it, and I hope everyone who's watching the show tonight has got that down. When you are making these choices, the show is going to be so divisive. If you're not already fighting so much in lockdown with your family, this is it. This is going to break you all. This is how you're going to really know whether or not you are living with a sociopath, because this show is how you.
I'm glad that
know.
they did.
This show is the ultimate litmus test of someone's soul, I think.
This episode that they're actually premiering and starting with, I think, was one of our collective favorites too, boys. I think this is one of our favorites. Yeah, so it's good that they're starting with this one. It's a good one. Yeah, it's really good.
Daniel Jam M2004 says, I got a fishing hook stuck in my butt in front of hot girls, and it took 5 minutes to get out.
Ooh, 5 minutes is the kicker.
5 minutes. 5 minutes is the time.
That's the thing. Yeah, everybody gets a fishing hook stuck in their ass from time to time, but this 5 minutes is too much.
Yeah.
I once saw a guy.
When you said 5 minutes, I thought you were going to be like, and I was in there for like a couple hours. When you said 5 minutes, I was like, oh, that was less than I was expecting.
I just think
then what happened to you?
Really,
have you ever? When was the last time you guys went fishing? You ever go fishing, Jameela?
I have never been fishing. No, I don't really leave my house. And how could I leave all of this? No, what about you?
I never really picked it up. In my life, I've done it in my life, but like, no, I have zero skill. I don't own a fishing rod or anything like that.
I used to have a boat. I used to have a boat. Yeah. I loved fishing back in the day. Yeah.
Did you throw them back? I feel bad.
Most of the times I threw them back. If you caught a whopper and you knew, sometimes people would be like, hey, if you catch anything, bring it, because they want it. So I would provide for the community.
Was there many fish in the Arthur-Kill River? Or what?
No, I would go off Jersey. I would go like down off like
Jersey
Sandy Hook.
fish. Yeah, Jersey fish. That's good. Those are good fish. Jersey fish. Yeah.
The community asked you for your fish?
Yeah, the community would be like, "Hey, man, if you're going fishing, like, will you mind, feed us?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, no problem."
Jersey,
the community
Jersey
of
fish.
Staten
That's
Island?
the Caribbean. Yeah, the Caribbean of the tri-state area, the Jersey fish.
Somebody's got to step up and feed the community. It's me. All right, I did it.
Jameela, if you haven't had Staten Island sushi, you are missing out.
Where do you think your food's coming from? You guys are believing the labels? You buy that sushi, you think it's coming from Japan? It's coming from Jersey, bro. It's the sushi capital of the world. Nobody really knows that.
This sounds like asshole roulette. Like, I'm not buying. I'm sorry. No disrespect. No disrespect to Jersey.
What's asshole roulette?
I first of all want to thank everyone who's joined in to watch us talk absolute bullshit with each other. I also want to thank everyone who sent in all of their scenarios. I hope that you are as excited to watch our show that starts tonight as we are. We had so much fun making it. It's full of the most ridiculous. I was sure after last season that was it, that those were all of the dumbest stories in the world. I had no idea that in the following year, so much more mayhem would ensue. Humans are just inherently stupid. We are all stupid. And here we get to, misery loves company, and that is the slogan of our show. And I hope that this show is taken with nothing other than our ability to laugh, not only at other people, but also at ourselves.
Right on.
Nicely said.
Guys, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Sal, you have a final word for everyone.
Yes, I just wanted they wanted me to thank everyone for tuning in, sharing your questions, your comments.
Who's they? Who's they? The same people that Q's feeding?
The community? The community?
They, the powers that be, the overlords. They want me to thank everybody. No, and I think you just said it, Jameela, but the first season 2, the first episode starts tonight, 10:30 Eastern. I don't understand time zones outside of Eastern, so if you're in Mountain or Central, I just wish on everything. And that's it. Joe and James are actually going to do some live watch along on your socials, right, guys?
Yep. Yeah, on Instagram Live. Yep.
How do they find you?
I'm at Joe_Gatto if you want to jump on there. And Murr.
And I'm at The Real Murr on Instagram.
Okay, and Jameela, my number is in your phone.
Yes.
I was just about to say I'm going to text all of you back right now. Thank you for calling me out. I'm sorry, I'm a dick. I don't
Just
look
kidding.
at my phone enough, and I will be better. My pledge to you is here in front of thousands of people. I promise to get back to all of your fucking text messages until I die.
Yes. And to all our fans out there, we love you guys. Stay safe. But, we also have our new show coming out, Impractical Jokers Dinner Party. And that starts next Thursday, right before the Misery Index. That comes out at 10 o'clock on True TV. And then at 10:30, we're back with the Misery Index on TBS. So we're back. We love you guys. And thanks, as always, for the support. Stay safe, everybody.
And if anybody needs a delicious sea bass, just let me know. I'll hook you up. I'll wing a hook and go fishing.
Sorry about my vibrator story, TBS. Please don't fire me. Bye.
Bye.
No, I told her about it. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye, guys.